Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming. We are back here in Mini Metro Monday. For those who don't know what this game is and haven't seen the first episode, which you really should check out, this is a game that is all about balancing the load on a simplified metro system. Your job is to build routes to connect stations and stave off when or if the system fails due to overcrowding. As you progress through each week, the difficulty ramps up by adding an ever-increasing number and variety of stations as well as passengers on the system as a whole. In the last episode, we played the London map, and as far as I remember, we played for... was it 28 minutes? Apparently we did not beat our best time, which was 1,183, which I played off screen some time ago. Anyway, we are going to be doing the Paris, France map. This is roughly what it looks like. We have a river that runs through the city, and we'll most likely have some stops that will force us to go across the river, requiring us, of course, to build lots of tunnels. My best score on this was 1,289. Let's see if we can beat it. I played 18 minutes on this map. Let's see how this one goes. And we start off with these three. I'm just going to make a basic loop for no other reason than it makes the most sense. So the game starts off very slow and relatively easy, as it just has a couple stations. We're just going to add that. And as you'll see, the map does zoom out. You can see if I hold my mouse right there, over time the line will move until, of course, you get out to the full map. And I'm going to just connect that to that. Actually, I'm going to connect that to that. What you cannot do is connect across lines like that. They can only cross between stations. So I can go from here to here to here to here, but I cannot go here to here to here. Oh, bother. Alright, so what I'm going to want to do, connect that to that. And yep, that should be good. We're going to try to play around with a few loops. And we have shape over here. So what do we have for tunnels? We start with 4 tunnels. Last map we started with 3 tunnels. And that's just to, of course, have the increased demand of tunnels in this map. We've done 39 passengers. It is Sunday. We will soon get a new benefit. And there we go. It is Monday of the next week. It is week 2. We'll be able to get a new locomotive, and now we can get a new line or 2 more tunnels. Right now, I think I'm going to hold off the tunnels because we don't really need them. But another line could very well be useful. And we have a triangle right here. So what I'm going to do is we're actually going to go like this. It'll use, of course, 2 tunnels, but the alternative could have been a little bit more complicated. We have one here. The idea is you'd want to balance the various number of stations that each is stopping. So the blue line is stopping at 4 stations. The yellow is stopping at 5. And this is stopping at 4 stations. Alright, we can connect that to that. Saturday, we've done 100 passengers. Alright, so this north line is probably going to start getting overloaded. We may want to think about adding a second loop up here. Normally what I would do is make this a loop and then have a loop down here and then connect them with a third line. But we'll see how this plays out. It is Sunday right now, so we are going to get a few more benefits. Week number 3, we get another locomotive. And we can get another line, or we can get a carriage. Both are good choices. Right now I'm not using my 4th line, but that could very well change. I don't think in the next week it will, but who knows what benefit I'm actually going to get next week. Because these do vary from week to week. I don't know if they are the same each week or if these are randomly generated. I have a feeling they are designed week to week. So week 3 you'll always get these 2 options. I think I'm going to go with a carriage. Right now demand is relatively low and we can pretty much handle things. But it'll be inevitable that we will, of course, need more lines. We're going to need to have more tunnels. We're just going to need more of everything for reasons. And we have... Alright, we have a triangle there. It apparently got placed on the line itself, so that's good. Sometimes you'll get a shape that spawns in, but it doesn't actually get connected to the line, so you actually have to manually change it so that the line actually connects onto the station. And yeah, so what I'm going to do, connect this to here, to here. And we have another one of these here. That's not good. It is Friday of week 3. Saturday, 212 passengers serviced. And we have our first unique shape here. We don't have a line that we can put in, but we do have a locomotive and we do have a carriage. What I'm probably going to do is just connect this to here. That's going to use 2 more tunnels. So we are out of tunnels. Now this is going to be good. This train is going in this direction, which means any diamonds that get dropped off here by either of these 2 lines will get immediately dropped off here. If this train was going in this direction, that'd be a little bit more of a problem. as this train might get fully loaded with diamonds and not be able to handle things. I'll send that up there to grab those triangles. And now we are into week 3 with a new locomotive. That is nice. And now we have the choice between a carriage or 2 more tunnels. And I'm thinking with this river here, odds are we're probably going to get some stations there. I'm going to need the tunnels. I can't remember last time I played this map where I was going to need the tunnels, but I believe I was at a bit of a shortage of tunnels, so yeah, about that. And this is exactly it. So what I could do is I can use my 2 tunnels to do that. Yeah. Not ideal, but it's going to have to work. If I want to, I can connect this to here, but this line is already getting too long. I can't connect that to that because of that. But if I were to connect this to here, and that to there, I shall do that. And now, I can do that instead. Maybe even do that. Although I'm thinking instead, I need a new line. I'm going to want to make this loop, and I'm going to want to make a line this way. So yeah, my next benefit, hopefully I'll be able to get a new line. I'm going to connect that to that. That to that. We're on to Saturday. This would be an ideal point for an interchange, although it does not seem to be getting very overloaded, but it is still early in the game. We're into Sunday, and it is Sunday. Let's connect that to that. Week number 5, we get another locomotive, and yes, we need a new line. So what I'm going to do is connect this to here. We're going to go to here. And possibly there. Actually, go to there, to there, to there. I want to pull this line. Which way is this going? I want to bring that to there. Let this unload its passengers. And now what I want to do is how many lines do I have? Alright, I want to pull this off of there. have 2 lines down here. Nope, I'm going to want to connect this to here, to there. I can connect that to that. That'll work. And now I got 2 tunnels, so actually one thing I can do, connect this like that. Now I have all lines except the orange line going through this station. And actually what I can do is I can remove this off of that to reduce that, because this line is going through a square. And I don't need it going through 2 squares. I still have a locomotive. I still have an extra carriage. Let's see how that'll work. Alright, these are getting overloaded. That's only to be expected. And that is connected there. What I am going to do, I'm going to connect this to here, and then have this go in this direction. This one's already going in this direction. That'll help reduce that demand. Now, do I have any interchanges? No, I don't. Alright, looks like we're doing good. Now we have a star here, which means all the stars from all over here will be routing through this station. We are going to connect this to here. $550 passengers. It is Friday on week 4 or week 5. That is nice. I can't remember what our score was for this map, but this could be a concern. And because this line is getting longer, what I am going to do is I'm going to put the carriage on this line. This will allow this line to carry a lot more passengers. Which will be good. We have a diamond here. Where is it? Where's the diamond? Right here. Okay. Alright. What do we have? We have no tunnels. We have 1 locomotive. We have no extra lines. Looks like we're managing things as they are. It is Sunday. So we are going to get nice. Week 6. Locomotive. And what new asset? Carriage. Line. I think I'm going to go with the line. It's always nice to have an emergency line. An extra carriage is debatable. the most part, things are doing pretty well for this playthrough. Oh! Now this is going to be a problem. This is over here. This will require us to have a tunnel. Yep. Which means that this... we have to pull this. It'll make this purple line a little bit more efficient, but it's going to put so much more demand on this green line to connect these two sides. So what I'm going to want to do then, connect this to here, to here, to here, down to here. And the reason is I'm going to want to have as many connections across this river as possible. And since I'm using one tunnel from here, leaving me with one less tunnel, I'm going to have a second tunnel. And yeah, I can definitely use an interchange right here. We have 4 lines merging in this one station. Overall, we're handling things pretty well, although, yeah, only 700 passengers. It's all about finding a balance, and yeah, we'll connect that to that. This could be a problem. We are getting to the end of the week. Now, okay, no, we'll be fine. We want the system to be as efficient and streamlined as possible. And we have another one up here, which means if we get the opportunity to get a new line, we might want to build a loop here and a loop here. Although this really, I'm going to take this train, I'm going to throw it here. Week 7, we get a new line, our new locomotive. We can get either a new line or 2 more tunnels. I think I'm going to go with the line. What I'm going to do is do this to here. I'm going to actually disconnect this from here, this from here. We'll go with that. Nice, we have a cross here. This will be very nice. These will dump crosses here, which will get shipped here directly. And of course, these 2 lines will dump crosses there. 890 passengers. It is Wednesday of week 6 or 7. And we have nothing available to us, so I'm going to have to do this. going to do is connect that to that to allow the squares to be moved directly to this on this train without being transferred to another line, for instance this orange line, and we have to connect that to that. And we have this shape. I'm going to actually connect. I don't want this one to grow too big. So I'll connect those two lines like that. We're up to 1,030 passengers. And things seem to be going quite well for us, although some of these stations are starting to get overloaded. We have nothing available to us. It is Sunday. I think it makes 2 circuits around the clock. Daytime. That's coming into nighttime. And week 8, we have a new locomotive. And we can either get a carriage or 2 tunnels. I'm thinking we have the maximum number of lines, so we aren't going to be getting any more lines. I think I'm going to be fine for tunnels. So we're going to go with another carriage. Which means that I'm actually going to connect this to here. Extend this just a bit. Depending on where that train is, it will release some of the demand. But where do I want to put another carriage? This line is fine. This is handling it. This is fine. That's being handled. This blue line could be an issue. I am going to put alright, that's going to relieve the demand on that. What are some other problems? There's a problem here potentially, a problem here. We have 1 locomotive which we can use for emergency. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to here. And I'm going to connect this to here. I'm going to remove this from here and remove that from there. And actually, like that, and I could even reduce this line to there. And put a train going in this direction. This is going to be a problem. All these circles, all in consecutive order. Alright, so we're going to have to extend that line. We're up to 1,200 passengers served. this is going to be an issue. It's producing so many squares and triangles that the existing trains can't handle. Yep, the trains are passing by. But yeah, this is going to be a struggle here. And we are having problems here. Yep, game over. Fortunately, I know for a fact that this is a larger score than my highest score, so game over. Overcrowding at the station has forced your metro to close. 1,345 passengers travel in your metro over 54 days. So that is nice. If we jump back to the menu. Yep. All right. That is nice. I got a new best score on the Paris map. Anyway, at this point, I'd like to say thank you for joining me for Mini Metro Monday. Come back next week for more Mini Metro as we take on New York City. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SB Gaming. And as always, have a good day.